Well, oil be damned. Ha, it's a terrible joke. Cue the music. So the oil mill, first off, obviously you're going to need to get yourself an oil mill. Now, if you want to use the one on Riverbend Springs, it's right down in the bottom right hand corner, just there. Now, you could buy that one. I mean, that's going to be, let's see how much it is, 240 grand. Or you could go and place one. So go into the construction menu and under factories, and we'll get the oil mill out. There it is. So again, like the one on the map already, it's going to cost you 240 grand. So entirely up to you which one you're going to go for. But we're going to place one right here. So there we are. We're just going to place it down just like that. So we've now got our production facility in place. So you've got your loading in point just there. We'll then come around this side. We've got our pallet spawn point just there. And our production chain menu right at the front. So we can make canola oil, olive oil, rice oil from long grain rice, rice oil from I say short grain rice, wet rice, the one where you got to fill, you got to flood the field first before you plant it, and then sunflower oil. Now, I've gone and got all these crops apart from the wet rice, as I'm calling it, because both of these are going to make your long grain, well, your rice oil anyway. So it doesn't really matter which one you put in. You're only going to get rice oil out. So I've gone for arguably the easier one to make. So I've gone and got all those crops. They're stored in my silo at the minute. So I'm going to get them all loaded in to our facility. Then we're going to get cracking with some making of the oil. Right, so our last batch of product crops going in, going to be the olives. Now, to be fair, I've got a little less olive. I say a little less, a lot less olives than I have of the others. Well, that's because olives, yeah, they don't produce as much as the others. Right, fair enough. So we'll go into the production chain menu. I'll have a little look at the recipe. So for your canola oil, it's going to do 20 canola to 10 canola oil. I put my teeth in, so that's 2 to 1. We've then got the olive oil, which is going to do 25 to 10. Which is a little bit more than 2 to 1, I imagine. No, a little bit less, sorry, 2 to 1. Then we'll come to the rice, which is going to be 25 to 10, which is the same as the olives. The same are, well, actually, no, the wet rice, 12 to 10. That's not far off a 1 to 1. Maybe that's the one to go for. Although, to be fair, a little harder to get out the ground, mind you, but all right. And then the sunflowers is 20 to 10 again, so 2 to 1 on that one. So you've got the cycles per month. So sunflower oil, it's 480 cycles a month. Same for the wet rice oil. Same for the long grain rice oil. 240 cycles per month for your olive oil. And then 480 for your canola oil. So they're all going to be the same apart from the olive oil. Now, obviously, that's if you're running one product per month. So if you're running more than one, obviously it's going to get divided by the amount of options that you've gone for. So what we're going to do, just to get the pallets out, we're going to turn them all on. So that 480 cycles a month, that's now being divided by 4. So we're not going to get as much out, but obviously we've got 4 products running at once. And we're going to leave the wet rice oil because I haven't put the wet rice in. Right, fair enough. So let's fast forward a month and we'll see what we get out the other end. Right, so here we are, a little bit longer than 1 month. I mean, that was like 12 o'clock lunchtime. But yeah, the olive oil took a little bit longer. Obviously, it does less cycles per month, but we have now got a pallet of each. So we've got this one here, which is your rice oil, 1,000 litres on there. We then got our canola oil, again, 1,000 litres. We've got our sunflower oil, 1,000 litres, and then the olive oil at the end, 1,000 litres. Now, you'll notice that they'll all weigh 100 kilo because I've got the liftable bales and pallets mods on. So if you have got that, you should then be able to pick them up. Oh, that's going to be able to be loaded a lot easier than just using a forklift truck. Right, fair enough. Now, obviously, once you've got it produced, where can you take them? Well, first off, obviously, you can sell them. So we've got the canola oil there, Farmers Market, Goldcrest Valley. If you wanted to rent a train, you can sell it at the restaurant, the small farmers kiosk, and you can also buy it at the warehouse. But obviously, we're selling it. I mean, you're getting there, what, 5.5 grand at the restaurant for 1,000 litres. All right, not bad. The olive oil is going to be sold pretty much at the same places, but we're getting a better price on that one. I mean, we've got the top one there at the farmer's market, 9 grand for 1,000 litres. But then again, it does take longer to produce. And obviously, the crop coming off of your, I'm going to say field, off of your olive groves, yeah, it's going to be a little bit less than the rest of the crop. So, yeah, it is reflected in the price. And we've got the rice oil, that's going to be sold at pretty much the same places as well. So, 6.5 at the small farmer's kiosk. So, a little bit better than the canola oil, but obviously a little bit less than the olive oil. But then again, you're going to get more crop out the field, so no problem with that one. And then the sunflower oil at the end, again, same sort of sale points as before, just a little bit less than the rice oil. So like 6.4 at the restaurant. That's still not a bad price, not a bad price at all. But what if you didn't want to sell it? What if you wanted to take it a little stage further, put it into another production chain? Well, the only place so far you can take it until any more mods come out is going to be the potato processing plant. So you've got your loading in point just there, you've got your pallet spawn point just there, and then you've got your production chain menu just there. So whatever oil you've put in, obviously you're going to need to add potatoes to it. I mean, you've got your sunflower oil, your canola oil, and then your olive oil. So you will need to add your potatoes to make potato chips or crisps if you're from the UK. And also, if you've got the oil mill, if you were to then change the destination, so it's got at the bottom there, change output mode. I mean, currently we've got it on storing. So that's going to be put in a pallet out the front. As we've seen, you can change that. And that's going to put it up to selling. That'll get sold off directly. But you're going to lose about 30%. And then you press the X again, and it's going to change it to distributing, which means it would then then send straight to your next production factory. So you could put your crop into that one, put it on distributing, and it will then send it straight to here. Add your potatoes in here, jobs are good, and you're going to get some crisps at the end. Oh, fair enough indeed. But if you're going to sell it straight off though, I mean, the best price is going to be your olive oil. I reckon overall probably might be the rice oil, because you can get some decent amount of crop at the field with that one. Oh, very nice.